There's a new administration in Washington. What does that mean for your retirement account? There's a lot of uncertainty, and markets hate uncertainty. But if you qualify, you may be able to convert your retirement account into solid gold. Protect with a gold IRA this month, and Noble Gold will gift you with this stunning solid silver Apollo 11 commemorative coin from the U.S. Mint. Click on the link below or call 877-646-5346 to see if you qualify. Good evening. I'm still reporting on the coup. Bad news for Uncle Joe. Even the Washington Post has run out of ways to turn at least one of his bizarre statements into a fact. It doesn't seem fair to call Joe Biden a liar at this point in his career, although throughout his political career he has had problems with the truth. Claiming in a speech that he came from a family of coal miners when his father was a used car salesman was too much for the American people, and he was forced to drop out of the 1988 presidential primary. People at the time believed that Joe Biden knew his father was not a coal miner, but today what exactly Joe Biden knows is extremely difficult to discern. Lying is not the same as saying something that is not true. Lying has the additional requirement that the liar knows that it is not true and says it anyway, which makes it extremely difficult to call anything Joe Biden says a lie because he may think that it's true. But the Washington Post, which has been involved in an intense love affair with Joe Biden ever since he became the Democratic nominee, could not turn Biden's statement about the Georgia voting law into truth and awarded Joe Biden 4 Pinocchios for his statement that the new Georgia voting law restricted the hours the polls would be open. Biden said, "What I'm worried about is how un-American this whole initiative is. It's sick, deciding that you're going to end voting at 5 o'clock when working people are just getting off work." The Washington Post tried to spin this, but since the new Georgia voting law doesn't change Election Day voting hours, which are from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., even the Post couldn't put enough gyrations on this to make it accurate. The Georgia law does require early voting sites to at least be open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., but also allows early voting from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. What the law does is define working hours because some rural counties have election offices that are only open part-time. The old law requiring early voting sites to be open during working hours could be interpreted to mean open when the election office is open, which would be less than 8 hours a day. The new law requires that early voting sites be open at least from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Saturdays with Sundays optional. This does not appear to the Post or most people to be a difficult concept to understand, and it doesn't take much mental acuity to comprehend that the law defines and expands early voting requirements. But it does take some mental acuity, and perhaps at this stage in his career it's more mental acuity than Joe Biden has, which is why his handlers work hard at getting him to read what is on the teleprompter or on his cue cards and never speak off the cuff. For Joe Biden to be awarded 4 Pinocchios from the Washington Post is the equivalent of Donald Trump being awarded 400 Pinocchios from the Post. When Trump was in office, if there was a way that what he said could be interpreted as inaccurate, the Post labeled it a lie and added it to their long list of Trump lies. The Post even went so far as to label Trump's opinions as lies. How they could know that Trump was lying about his own opinion is a mystery, but no doubt it was based on science and data, and not the fact that, according to the Post, anything Trump said was by definition a lie, which made life pretty easy for the fact-checkers. What America wants to know, and perhaps only the Washington Post and the New York Times have the resources to discover, is if Joe Biden was lying during the campaign. One of the very few times the media was allowed to ask Joe Biden a question during the campaign was when Biden was walking out of an ice cream shop with his granddaughter, and some aggressive reporter hit him with the question, Mr. Biden, what flavor did you get?" Biden, ever the politician, said, "We got one vanilla and one chocolate." Those happen to be the two most popular flavors, which leads one to believe he might have really bought Rocky Road and pistachio, but didn't want to seem elitist, so he told a fib. And while the Post is investigating that critical statement during the campaign, they might also want to look into Hunter Biden's laptop, another opportunity they missed during the presidential campaign. I'm still reporting from just outside the citadel of world freedom. Good day. Walk into your doctor's office with this M54 gas mask on. First of all, you'll get a laugh, but you'll also make a point. In a real chemical attack, you'll be the one to survive. The Patriot M54 gas mask offers complete eye, face, and respiratory protection against chemical, biological, and radioactive contamination. It's lightweight, it has very low breathing resistance. Order today and you'll get 30% off with coupon code STILL30. Click on this link below, www.getagasmask.com.